What is going on? I'm Zedmont. Warships Season 29 has started. What we are going to do first and foremost is make sure that we've got a creator boost in our box. Please consider throwing Zedmont in there. If not me, throw someone's name in there. You will be thanked profusely, and if you're not, then change the name. Anyways, I did something very, very, very unusual. I stayed up and waited until the season started, got my chess timer going. It was really, really exciting, actually, more so than I expected. I really, really wish you didn't have to do that, though. Boom Beach, please consider starting the season at 2 out of 4 boxes. That would make things much more interesting for other time zones, but that's been said before. Anyways, I am sitting here at rank 12, have moved up. I've collected all my chests. It's going to show you my base here, first of all the buildings leading all of the troops away, and then just lots and lots and lots of mines protecting that left engine room. Ridiculous, but I was in a hurry, and it is working. So the times against me, 241, 249, 251, 257, 3 minutes, 8 seconds. That one was just an absolute squeaker. Now, the meta has changed drastically, which Warships tends to do. What I have done is I went this bottom path, skipping Zookas, skipping building health, skipping flamethrowers, skipping the heavies, and I've gone down the bottom road. Now, I did not spend any tokens on the shock bomb. Don't really need long shocks at last night anyways. Now, on my other account, I've gone up through the medkits. On this account, I decided to go up through the choice node. I think choice node is a better call. Medkit saves you 4 keys, but really 4 keys for 2 extra defenses, that's not a bad deal at all. Now, I initially had intended to go up through Dr. Vitamin, get that building damage, and jump into 4 engine rooms. On my other account, I went into 4 engine rooms expecting to match against 2 engine room bases or 3 engine room bases, and instead, matchmaking is completely broken in a whole new way. I have literally been waiting 5 minutes a match to get a 4 engine room base, and it's not matching me against anyone else. So I'm not sure if that's a change or what is going on. Typically, it would time out after like 10 seconds or so, and you'd get a lower engine room base. This season, I'm only getting 4 engine room bases, so the advantage of going to 4 engine rooms is completely and utterly lost. I don't recommend going to 4 engine rooms anytime soon. People are going to be solidifying their bases. That means getting heavies potentially, getting Zookas potentially, getting flamethrowers and cannons and boom cannons. This is going to be one of those seasons that are full of fizzle. So buckle up, prepare for some losses. That's all I can really suggest to you at this point. I'm going to spend some keys there, some tokens there, and some tokens there, getting those defenses up a little bit. We're going to get my gunboat up a little bit because it's fairly cheap. And then to go against what I just said, we're also going to get those shock bombs up just a touch. So getting a little bit extra gunboat energy is not going to hurt. I am going to lose badly in this video. I already know that. People have changed drastically. So what I can tell you is that Clone Riflemen are incredibly interesting. If you've never used Clone Riflemen before, I have got all sorts of fun details for you. I personally absolutely love watching them explode. I don't know what it is about them, but when they die, it just brings me back to this. Pop, 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 pop. Like just Dr. T, pop, 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 pop. That's all that goes through my head. I'm not sure if it just means that I've been playing Boom Beach far too long or what that means. But we are just going to drop these dudes. And one quick detail as we sit here and watch them get absolutely melted by all of the defenses is that every time they die, they get a little bit weaker. It's not drastically weaker, but as you can see by this wonderful chart that I have prepared for this presentation, as they die, they get less health, they get less damage. So you do want to keep them alive. I know it feels like you can just let them die, but really, you want to spend some of your gunboat energy and do your best to keep them alive, because that's going to keep them at their best. Now, every single time this happens, that sniper tower right there is so well placed. Everyone's troops, they think they've got that whole right side clear, they drop their troops, and then those mines just I love this minefield. It's kind of like watching Hammerman Fleet. I gotta say that just watching people's troops get utterly and completely destroyed by that minefield on the left-hand side, making me happy. It is not sustainable going forwards, and I probably should move a couple mines from here just to about here, just to get a little bit extra collateral damage. But the win streak continues. I thought for certain that was going to die, but I am still down low in the ranks. So as far as the tech tree goes, I typically have a lot more details to say. We're going to drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love dropping all my troops on the left. I find that people want their troops to go right, so they drop them on the right, and then they're confused when their troops don't go to the right. So if you want your troops to go right, drop them on the left-hand side. That way they're going to clear left to right as opposed to right to left. Small little details in this game making all the differences in the world. So now that we've got that one boat, we're going to drop a couple more boats, and then just watching all of our clone riflemen clear through all of these mines. And again, it's just all about...
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I literally couldn't sleep last night. That's one of the downsides of starting your thing at midnight and ending, like, typically on a Sunday night, I would not have a bright screen in front of my face, so sleep was not super duper great last night. One other thing that, in case you're new to Clone Riflemen, not only do they get weaker, but they also, once they've died, they no longer follow flares. They only go where they want. Whoa. Someone's got Shockaneers. I love Shockaneers, but I feel like that's maybe not the right choice. So quickly picking up the wins yet again. Gotta say, I love looking in the task force and seeing that 100% up the top. Clearly, that is not gonna last, but so far this season, doing fairly okay. Now, my next steps, not entirely sure. I'm not going to be getting choice nodes right away. I feel like cannons are probably the right next call, but it's so tough. 3 engine rooms is going to be just an absolute mess, and I'm probably going to need either Zookas or heavies, so I'm going to hold on to these keys until I start losing a little bit, let the metas develop. So this video is not going to be the full be-all, end-all, do this for the entire season. This season's a lot more dynamic than others, so it's also going to be a lot more failures, because as you can see here, there's 2 more defenses there. There's, what, 5 there, somewhere in that neighborhood, 5 more up there, and we're only at the 3 engine room level. So 2 and 3 engine rooms are going to be a complete and utter bloodbath. So mines are definitely something you want to do. Not entirely sure if going through sniper towers was the right call, though. If I had to do it again, I might go that top road and get those Zookas, because Zookas behind Clone Riflemen would be fairly strong. One other note, on my other account, I'm doing 6 boats of Clone Riflemen with 2 boats of Dr. Vitamin in behind. It's working, but they just get absolutely slaughtered. As soon as people have flamethrowers, things get very, very difficult. This person's flamethrowers, not super high level, so at least there's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Typically, I'm doing this 5-boat split, as you can see here. Mortars doing all sorts of damage. Mortars and flamethrowers just so useful. So typically, I don't upgrade my defenses past level 4, because you don't typically need to get them past level 4. You get all of the build numbers without having to worry about all of the keys spent. But this season, just spend the keys, get some defenses, and you will not regret it. As we send these last couple boats in, and now that's clutch. Make sure you send that 1 boat out, then the 2 boats in behind. That way, you're just going to get your front dudes clearing all of the mines, and the back dudes coming in with those max level rifles. Now, clone rifles, I know it seems crazy to go with clone rifles, but every single person I've seen trying to do heavy rush just getting absolutely demolished. So Heavy Rush might be an option at 4 engine rooms. Heck, Heavy Rush might even be an option at 3 engine rooms as things get more and more congested. But for right now, it's all about our clone rifle dudes here as we watch them try. Guaranteed, we just got our first loss Finally, the weight is off my shoulders. Don't have to worry about being undefeated anymore. Could you imagine if someone went undefeated for the entire season? That would be absolutely insanity, but that was just not good. I made a whole bunch of mistakes on that, and that's going to happen when you're not using flares. So, Heavy Rush, it's just too slow at the moment. Heavy Rush with Dr. Vitamin might be an option. Again, it's just one of these things where I highly, highly recommend holding on to some keys, taking some losses, and by doing so, you'll be able to not have to play catch up with the metas. So Shockaneers again coming in. That's twice we've seen Shockaneers. If you don't have instant training, Shockaneers are probably a great, great option. This person with Zukas and Shockaneers, though, so they've spent far, far more keys on offense than we have, so I feel like we should be in a better spot than them. Anyways, we're going to do one more attack just so that we can get one more...
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, I think it's my lack of sleep, but for some reason that is my entire day, is just Dr. T saying pop, 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 pop. Brain just completely and utterly fried today. So let me know which meta you're chasing in Warships this season, or if you're just kind of hanging out waiting for something to develop. There hasn't really been a heck of a lot so far, except for the fact that everyone seems to be staying at the 3 engine room level. 4 engine room does not seem like a good choice at this point, simply because of all of the defenses that everyone else is going to have, and that weird matchmaking glitch. And I mean, that really, really seems like a glitch to me. Again, typically in most seasons, I am behind because I've slept through the start of Warships, so maybe, just maybe, that's normal for matchmaking to be locked for the first bit where you only get the same engine room level. But it just seems like it's a complete and utter mess. So going to 4 engine rooms, typically you get all the advantages of getting like a lower engine room base. You get a 4 versus a 2. It's almost a guaranteed win. Just not happening this season for whatever reason. I'd love to hear your thoughts on why that's happening, but that just seems like either they've made a change or things are locked for the first bit, and it's just something I wasn't aware of. That is definitely all of those dudes ignoring the flares. That is what Clone Riflemen are all about. As Ram probably beats us, I'm going to probably bet we're going to continue our losing streak. Yep, getting crushed. So I knew it was coming, and that just goes with not spending your tokens. So anytime you're sitting here with unlocked tokens, you're playing with half a deck, and that's not a good idea. So I know I just said to do that, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting this game down. I'll pick it up in probably 8 hours. I'm going to get this chest, and then I'll just sit here and wait for 8 hours. Let things ruminate. Let them percolate, and then hopefully have some more info for you. So do consider liking and sharing and subscribing and all that good stuff. Otherwise, that is Warships Season 29 from me. I shall talk to you soon. As always, thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace!